Previously on Chaser.
Okay, in 5 minutes it'll all be over and we can go home. In 35 seconds, we'll land about half a mile south of Florida 34. Hang on!
Hello and welcome back, and with that gentle landing we find ourselves in Montack City, specifically in what seems to be a slum area of the city. I doubt this guy was killed by the rescue module when it landed, but he's dead nonetheless, and he's carrying a new weapon for us, the shotgun. And now, while I'll be using it in some of the other weapons we find during this particular level, I'll be trying to avoid using the scoped rifle we found on Majestic, mainly for the reason that we don't have much ammo and it's the last time we're going to see a scoped weapon for quite a long time. As you'd expect, the shotgun is a one-hit kill when you're up close, but it always helps to be able to aim as well. There's quite a lot of graffiti in this level, as you'd probably expect from an inner city area, but the strange thing is that it's all in the same handwriting. It's just like they got one of the graphic designers to just scribble out a bunch of nicknames and just random stuff and then just threw them all in this level. One particular piece of graffiti which has always confused me is the word Paki, which is just over there, and is obviously a derogatory term for Pakistani. And I've always wondered if it was actually meant to be one in this particular game. Given that the developers are from Slovakia, it could very well be an abbreviation of a fairly common name or anything like that, but I just don't know. It might seem like I'm being overly PC or something like that, but it does come up again later in the level.
Wait!
I always find it funny that the Uzi is always the crap weapon in any game. It obviously has a very high rate of fire, but it's very difficult to control, and it has a very wide spread at a distance. I know that that can mean that the weapons have been balanced and that sort of thing, but really it's a weapon you'll never use.
Hey! Leave it up to us!
In terms of accuracy, the pistol is much better, but here I just do a terrible job of showing that off. The building itself is starting to fall apart, and there's a number of explosions going off in the distance, and we'll see the reason for that whenever we get a little bit further ahead. In the future, it seems that the developers own a very large building. That's nice. over here on the right is something that both makes me love and hate the level design for this game. It's a little area that you can climb into, like kind of like a secret area, but there's absolutely nothing in here. There's no health pickups. There's just a little bit of extra graffiti. There's nothing secret to look at or anything like that. It's just an empty section of level, and it's although I'm the kind of player who likes to explore and appreciate things like this, there's just nothing there.
Go ahead!
Obviously in most games you'll have the beaten track, and then you'll have little side areas off from that where you'll find secrets and stuff. Half-Life 2 is a particular example of that. But when there's no reward, sometimes it's so aggravating. At the end of the street is a little firefight going on between some of the slum residents and the police. As far as the police go, they're reasonably well equipped. They have Colts, and they fly little craft like that, which drops them into particular areas and stuff, which I guess is pretty cool for getting around. As you can see, having a scoped weapon is pretty much a must for this game. It's very much like Stalker in that respect, where the start of the game where you don't have a scoped weapon is actually, well for me, considerably more difficult than the end, because once you get your first scope, then the game becomes easy after that. And this is obviously the reason for all the explosions and things. We've got little pieces of the Majestic providing us some re-entry fireworks. This door we will go into in a moment. It actually ends up being the main route through the rest of the level. The other areas ahead end up just being a dead end. It seems a little strange to me, because the armor that we saw on the ground just there behind the fence, it ends up being what leads us back to that door in an effort to find that armor, but it's strange that it becomes a sort of a secondary secret, because we have to go through that area and then double back to get the actual armor itself. I know it sounds like a complaint, but in reality it actually works. It's there to make you think, oh, I'll go in this direction just to get this armor, and it ends up just facilitating you moving through the rest of the level. It's very clever in a kind of backwards way.
What are you doing here?
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be threatened by that. I think it's meant to say John DC will get you. I don't know.
He's here!
Back down this little alleyway takes us to where we saw the armor before.
Kill him!
The game tries to be clever and spawns an enemy there, but there's not really much you can do through the window.
No! Going! There! Wait!
I'm not sure what to make of this underground area. I mean, it's filled with radioactive boxes. I guess it's an indication of how the future is, where people can just throw radioactive waste in a populated area and nothing can be done about it.
He's here! The others are coming!
Had we made it up a little bit sooner, we would have seen the police and the residents having another little shootout in the alleyway, but the police were too good for them this time. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. Just looks like gibberish to me.
There he is!
There's one of the oddly ambiguous enemy sighted responses that the AI have. And now it looks like our flashbacks have returned.
I can see him! Look at him!
The burst fire in the cold isn't all that bad. It's a lot better than the Uzi, for example, but the ammunition is just so short because the encounters with the police are few and far between. Son of the great Hardcore Simon and brother-in-law to Psycho Nigel. And here's that other example of Packy. Yeah, I'll leave it up to you.
I can see him!
I always thought that burning train was pretty cool. It's something that was nice to see in the War of the Worlds remake.
He's wounded!
I actually missed it the first couple of times I played the game just because I knew that this encounter was coming up and it always distracted me. This little side room is odd because it contains 2 health kits and armor, which is strange because as soon as you go out the door and turn left, the level ends. So I'll see you next time. Next time on Chaser.
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick on these nuts and suck the dick. Get the fuck out of here. Done, then I